Hi everyone, and welcome back to Fun Chow. The weather's turned cool and you know what that means? It's soup season. I'm gonna make for you one of our favorite soups. We eat it about once a month around here during the winter time. But I'm gonna make a low carb version because we've kind of gone low carb. We're trying to lose a few pounds. Our metabolism isn't what it used to be. And so I've discovered new ways of making things low carb, and guess what? I've lost 5 pounds. So if you want to learn more low carb recipes, don't forget to click and subscribe for more recipes. But for now, let me show you what goes into my soup. So here's the ingredients for what I call honeymoon soup. And the way it got its name is it's kind of a variation of Italian wedding soup. And my daughter called it honeymoon soup, so it kind of stuck. But we're going to use 2 cartons of chicken broth, 1 can of white beans, and these are loaded with fiber, which is so good for you. A grated onion, and I like to grate it so you don't get big chunks of onion in your meatballs. Red pepper flakes, parsley, an egg, and Parmesan cheese. And this is Italian sausage. It's loaded with flavor. It's delicious. And of course the spinach. This is just jam-packed with good stuff and it's delicious. So the first thing I like to do is get the broth heated up because you want to throw the meatballs in when it's about on a low boil. So we're just gonna put both cartons in. I'll do both of them. We like to use organic as much as possible in this house because it's just healthier, and I got a lot of health tips, so stay tuned. Okay, I'm going to turn the fire on. Now while this is heating up, we're going to get the meatballs assembled. So we're just going to throw our pork in a bowl, our grated onion, Parmesan cheese, an egg. This will keep everything bound together. Some parsley, a little salt, and as you know, we like our spice, so I'm going to throw in a little extra red pepper flakes. So we're just going to mix all this together with our hand. And normally you would use breadcrumbs in a meatball recipe, which I normally do, but since we're going low carb, I eliminated the breadcrumbs. But the egg and the Parmesan will do just fine. Now we're just going to make little meatballs with 2 spoons. You just kind of round them, and they don't have to be perfect. And I don't like huge meatballs anyway, so I just make little dollops with my spoons. Okay, the meatballs are done. Now we're just going to plop them into the broth. As you can see, it's got a rolling boil going. And you just drop them in there, and you know when they're done when they start floating to the top. So the consistency is a bit different without the breadcrumbs, but it's okay. We're gonna make it work. We're still getting some nice looking meat, sort of meatballs in there. But this Italian pork is so good. It's already a bit spicy and it's got fennel in it. And you can just eat it like this and it would taste good. So as you can see, the meatballs are floating to the top now. So they are not quite done, but they're done enough to put in the rest of the ingredients. Okay, we are ready to put the rest of the ingredients in. Our meatballs are just about done, so I'm going to throw in the white beans. This just makes the heartiest soup, and it's just perfect on a cool day. And our spinach. And I just throw the spinach in frozen because we want it to cook a little bit more. Give that a stir. You can use any kind of green vegetable that you want. So we just want to simmer this for about 10 minutes just to let all the flavors come together. But boy, you can sure smell this already. It smells really good. So we're just gonna simmer this for about 10 minutes and let all the flavors come together. It already smells so good. If you're not on a low carb diet or way of eating, this would go great with a baguette, or you could throw in some orzo pasta on the side. But you don't really need it because this is such a hearty soup. Just full of fiber and protein, and the spinach is so good for you. You're just gonna really love this soup. Now it's finished, and boy, oh, it just smells so good. I'm gonna dish out a little bit into my bowl. Look at all that beautiful spinach and pork, the Italian sausage. I really like the beans in this soup because it just adds fiber, and it's just a well-rounded meal, even on a low-carb eating plan. Oh, it's time to eat. Smells so good. Oh, that is yummy. Well, this is just perfect on a cool day, or any day for that matter. The meatballs are tender and juicy, and the broth just has so much flavor, you wouldn't even believe it. Well, thanks for watching this recipe. I hope you enjoyed it, and don't forget to click and subscribe for more recipes to come. I've learned so much in the past couple of months about low carb and diet and exercise, and I just am so excited to share it with you. So come back, okay? I want to give a shout out to my mom in Portugal. Ciao.